Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We are a TV theme song explorer. We have one mission, and that is to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song. All genres, comedies, cartoons, dramas, game shows. We love them all. And if you love us, why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe on any of the internet places where you listen to us. Helps the algorithms and gets us one step closer to becoming professional podcasters. And we're looking forward to that, aren't we, guys?
Yes.
That's the quickest response we've ever had on this podcast. By the way, my name is John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
And we're happy to have you. If you want to reach out to us, we absolutely love hearing from you. You can message us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and Super 80s Podcast Friend at gmail.com. The 8 and the 0 are numbers. And you'll see our beautiful logo pop up anyway if you're not sure. I think that's it.
Should we just wrap her up? We're done?
Yep. Thank you for listening to episode 24 of the Super 80s Podcast Friend. Actually, this is not it. We love to start out having a drink. It's a tradition here on the Super 80s Podcast Friend. Ryan, what's in your glass?
I honestly have no idea. What is this? It's a Belgium?
New Belgium.
New Belgium. It's delicious, whatever
it's a it's three parts. New Belgium is the brewery.
Okay.
Voodoo Ranger is the series.
Oh, it's a Voodoo Ranger series.
And not Thunderstruck, not Thunder Kiss.
Thunder Hunt?
Thunderclap.
Okay.
New Belgium, Voodoo Ranger.
Thunderclap. Huh?
Thunderclap.
Well, it's good.
Yep.
Pete?
I have a water slides from Three Sheeps in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
I don't remember what I'm drinking either.
Did you also grab
Hold
a
on, let me
water
look in the
slide?
garbage can to talk to the people.
Did you already? Okay.
What are the chances that it's a Thunderclap?
I think 0. I only saw one in the fridge.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely not a Thunderclap.
a Three Sheeps water slides as well.
Okay.
That's kind of what I thought.
You know, I just poured it a second ago and I forgot.
Yep.
And your palate wasn't discerning enough to...
Well, I knew it was either a Revolution Antihero
Okay.
or a Three Sheeps water slides. Two of my favorite beers ever.
Sure.
So,
All right.
let me see here. We got our drink. We're encouraging you to have one as long as you're not driving. Up next, retractions, observations, ideas, and announcements. Our last episode, episode 23, was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Episode before that was 80s classic Out of This World.
Yeah.
Any retractions, comments, thoughts, stuff like that?
No, I cannot even remember what we talked about.
No. No.
Well, I haven't had a chance to watch He-Man yet, but I did go back and watch an episode of Out of This World.
Really?
Jesus.
Wow.
And
Was it hard to find?
no,
Wow.
no, it was all over YouTube.
Really?
There's nobody looking out for copyright infringement on that thing.
Oh.
Just let them run.
And if they did, you know what they would do? Instead of suing you, they would just put you in a room and make you listen to the first 3 seconds of that song. What?
That got 3 thumbs down from us. 3, you're in big trouble, misters.
Yep.
So if you are new to the show, we start out talking about previous episodes, including Ryan and I so far. Pete hasn't done this. Occasionally watching an episode of the show and giving some feedback. As listeners, if you listen to that episode, I was a fan of Out of This World. Ryan and Pete had never seen an episode. Correct?
No, I definitely seen it.
You'd seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming I did.
So I watched an episode called Evie's Driver's License. Evie's the teenage daughter of the alien and human. It starts out, it's really, really cheesy. It's kind of Saved by the Bell-ish in that sense, like early seasons especially, like overacting. Evie and her friend sing Born to be Wild as they enter the house because she had just gotten her temps. There's a lot of weird special...
Born to be Wild?
Yeah, I don't know.
A
lot of weird special effects like whoop shit like that. So
Wow.
that was strange. There's a guy named Buzz. He's like an effeminate Latin American man with a John Waters mustache, and he walks in wearing an Evel Knievel suit.
Did you figure out what Buzz's character was?
No, he's
I don't
always
think
around.
We did not know what. Like, it's just Buzz.
Unclear. The student driver sign on the car is like really, really, really big.
Sure,
Right. It's all that type of stuff. Mom gets the mayor to get her a police escort while she's learning how to drive.
See, this is what I love about this show, though. They have the mayor. You could have anybody be the side character, but they make the person be the mayor.
And he's really dopey and kind of a cool. He was maybe my favorite character. Uncle Beano, kind of like a Newman character on Seinfeld. There's a bunch of scenes of Evie driving like shit. Uncle Beano's taking the teacher out to drive, and she's so bad that he hops out and hitchhikes home.
Oh, boy.
I forgot about this. I'm reading my notes. Her dad, the Burt Reynolds cube, finally gives her lessons. So it's her in the driver's seat, the cube in the passenger seat. And
Can the cube see?
and he puts a force field around the car, and the laugh track goes crazy.
Oh, man.
The driver's test guy is Bull, Richard Mole from Night Court.
Oh,
he acts
sweet.
like a drill sergeant. She ends up using her superpowers to pass. And her mom's mad, so then she becomes the instructor, and she acts mean, but she gets
The
the
mom
driver's-
suddenly becomes an instructor?
Well, she's like, I'm not going to make you retake it, but you got to retake it with me. Whew.
But you went through a whole episode of this?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Jeez,
I mean, based on the description, I'm surprised it went beyond 10 minutes.
Right.
I fast forwarded a few times.
Okay.
So that was out of this world.
Truly.
Sounds great.
It's
Sounds
pretty bad.
Great.
It's better than the theme song,
Okay.
Well, that's a pretty low bar, though.
but that's a pretty low bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we discussed on the episode, it was generally panned by...
Oh yeah, no
Everyone.
one liked it.
You know what would be an interesting thing to put in the Super 80s podcast spreadsheet would be to track shows that we thought very highly of,
Yes,
and then once you watch them, or one or the other, right? Like you either didn't like and then liked
Love that.
on second viewing, or vice versa.
anonymous statistician, we're talking to you.
Yeah.
If you could be so kind as to add that to one of your columns in your Microsoft Excel spreadsheet.
Column E. Thank you very much.
Couple other just odds and ends here before we get started. One of you two made a reference to a show called Storylords.
Oh, yeah, well, you guys are crazy. You never saw it for.
And that was a hit with some of our commenters. Man, and I don't know if this was just a Wisconsin show. It was made, I did mini research. It was
Yes.
produced by UW, University of Wisconsin Stout.
Correct.
I think the commenter posted that
Yes.
information
Yes,
in...
our commenter. So Angie, who made those comments, thanks for giving us a little background on Storylords. And I got another message from another listener. So that was a big hit.
For those that saw Storylords, it occupies a small but never ending place in your mind because there's nothing like it. It's truly the weirdest show you've ever seen, and it was like this thing that you had to watch like every week.
You're saying some college kids making a mandatory children's show made it weird?
So great.
Up in where is Stout? What city is it in?
Menominee?
Menominee, Wisconsin.
Menominee,
Way up north.
yeah.
So that was a hit. So Ryan, thank you for the Storylords reference. We may have to ask Conky to provide that at some point.
If Conky can find Storylords, that would be amazing.
And I think that's it. Just one other aside. A coworker of mine listens to our podcast, and she said when she hears me talking at work, it's weird because she thinks it's like listening to the podcast, and it freaks her out. So she needed to take a break from the podcast. I said, why don't you just quit your job?
The easier solution.
I totally agree.
Then you could still listen to our amazing podcast.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, thanks for listening to my ramblings about Out of This World. What a weird ass show.
Thanks for providing them.
I do what I
Thanks
can.
for taking one for the team.
Takes it for the team.
I do
every
my part.
week.
It's a pleasure. So if you are new to the show and you are expecting to hear us talk about a show that we're about to find out, we apologize for the big wind-up, but that's just how we roll. At this point, we are about to ask our neighborhood robot, Conky, to tell us the theme. Conky used to belong to Pee Wee Herman. He was a hit star, a breakout star of Pee Wee's Playhouse. Then he was unceremoniously tossed into a dumpster. Ryan rescued him. He now lives in our neighborhood, spays and neuters pets, shovels snow, and he
puts up holiday decorations.
He's just an all-around helpful fella. And he is going to choose this week's 1980s theme song. Conky!
Ready to assist you, Pee-Wee.
Morning, Conky.
What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is love connection.
Well.
Where have you been my whole life, beautiful?
2 words. Chuck Wollery.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Man.
That's about all I know.
I say this every week, and it makes me feel like I watched way too much TV in the 80s. Man, did I watch a lot of Love Connection.
It was a good show.
It was a really good show.
Even for a kid, which was not his target audience.
I don't know that I was allowed.
And I don't know that I sat down and watched it, but I think I just sort of ran into it. You know what I mean?
For sure. But if I was paging through the TV guide and Love Connection was an option, I would turn on the channel.
So aside from Chuck Wollery, like, you think Love Connection, like, what's the first like word or phrase or like image that comes in your mind?
Awkward innuendo.
Yeah.
I was going to say the contestants hidden. Sorry, this is not like one word answer, but the sequestered contestants.
Sequestered, I like that.
Competing for the date.
And for those of you new to the show, Conky just moments ago zapped information into Pete's brain. He drooled a little bit, went cross-eyed, but he's back, and now he knows about the Love Connection.
Barks like a dog. Something.
Yeah, he'll bark a little bit. It's fine. Because they both tell their story of the date. Is that how it works? Pete will tell us, but there is.
They have questions they have to answer about one another, or am I thinking of a different game?
I think on one hand, this is great podcasting right here.
I don't think it was consistent throughout the whole show. In my mind, I thought that was like the Bachelorette #1. If you were to take me on like asking questions of these people blindly, but I think they maybe did video clips, and they watched video clips, and I think at the start of the show, either a male or female has 3 choices. Sorry, I'm burping.
Yeah.
And then let's say it's Bill. Bill's watching video clips from Sandy, Jenny, and Debbie. Yep. He picks Jenny. They go on a date. If it goes well and they get a love connection, something.
They come back and talk about it?
Yes, but if it goes poorly, he can pick another one and come back next week.
So there was an audience vote component as well.
Really?
Man.
And initially, I don't know how it was done by the studio audience, but at some point, people could vote, I think, on the internet.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This show got to
internet.
Later on, yes.
The hell?
Wow.
So there were...
Yeah, let's let...
Should we just get into the facts
any other memories?
Oh, I mean, if you guys can remember this song, I cannot.
Oh, God.
Hum it?
I think when
it was an instrumental, right?
Yes.
I assume so, yeah.
I think when I hear it, it will definitely... Because I probably watched 50 to 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I just picture white, like sport coats, like the 80s, like
Miami
Don
Vice.
Johnson. Yeah, like Miami Vice. I picture those. And then the catchphrase was always like, making whoopee. Wasn't that from...
Yeah, I think
something about making whoopee?
Or is that the Newlywed Show?
Oh, I think I'm thinking of the Newlywed Show. You're right. Okay. Yeah, good call.
What did Wollery call it? Banging? This thing on?
He definitely had something for it.
No, but we'll let Pete and Conky fill us in. But I have fond memories of watching the show.
Okay.
Definitely enjoyed sitting on the couch and kicking back to the Love Connection.
Watching. I mean, do you remember? Was the did you like think it was it funny or
For sure.
And was that more like just people that didn't get along or thought they would? And
I don't know what, I think as you guys and our listeners have learned, I didn't have a very high bar for television quality control.
yeah,
Right.
I loved Out of This
Agreed.
World. I mean,
Yep.
I obviously wasn't picky as a...
Yeah, you only
Young.
had so many options, right?
but you
there-
definitely weren't alone in enjoying Love Connection because it ran for 11 seasons
Let's dive
Wow.
from 83 to 94. Over
Wow.
2,000 episodes.
in. Holy shit. What?
So is that running daily? Is it
I don't know. It was first
2,000.
run syndication.
okay?
So I mean I don't know if they were recording like 5 days a week.
Well, I just like
It's a
Wheel
lot
of
of
Fortune or whatever, right? Like that's every day. Jeopardy's every day.
Yeah.
So
It was relaunched in '98 with a different host, Pat Bullard. It only lasted one season,
yeah, well,
and then it was relaunched in 2017 on Fox with Andy Cohen hosting. That lasted 2 seasons.
okay.
Andy Cohen, is that the guy from Conan O'Brien?
No.
Cohen, not Conan.
No, Andy,
He's
his
from-
sidekick.
No,
No.
Yeah, Andy
you thought
Conan's
Andy
like,
Cohen was on Conan?
That would be weird. Andy Richter.
That's
Richter, yeah.
That's Richter.
Andy Cohen.
Okay, so the guests met 3 candidates and chose one to go on a date with.
Okay.
The audience secretly voted for a candidate as well.
They had little clickers on their seats.
Yes.
Right?
Good memory.
They had, like,
Exactly.
one-
Yes.
with a cord.
Yes, with a cord.
And then the guests revealed who they went out on a date with, and then the person would be like in the back, I guess, like on video, and they would discuss how the date went. If the date was successful, they would come and reunite on stage.
And they would sometimes fight. That's right. That got a little awkward. And then he didn't even open the door for me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I opened the door for her. Like, shit like that happened.
Nice.
Got hot and heavy.
Yes. But so then the vote was revealed, and if the candidate matched who the audience voted for, they were offered a second date.
Oh.
If the vote winner was not the chosen candidate, the guest could try again on a date with the guest, with the audience's choice.
The audience choice.
Okay.
If the guest had an unsuccessful date with the audience's choice,
Option. This is the third option.
yeah, it's complicated, way more fucking complicated than this should be. Unsuccessful date with the audience's choice, they could choose to go on a date with either of the other candidates. So and I think there was a component of like prize money at some point later on.
Prize money.
Yeah, I don't know how that got won.
Who paid for these dates? Do we know?
The show paid for the dates.
Okay.
That's why obviously they could go on a second date
Sure.
if they want to, but the
Going to
They'd have to pay their
going
own
to
coin
Arby's.
for it.
but
Curly
yeah,
fries at Arby's.
if they met this complicated matrix of criteria, the show would pay for it. After 11 seasons, the show claimed to have resulted in 31 marriages and 20 children.
I thought those numbers would be flipped around, but either way.
Yeah. And honestly,
Statistically, it's pretty low.
out of 2,000 episodes, yeah, they didn't exactly knock it out of the park there. Chuck Wollery's catchphrase was, "We'll be back in 2 and 2."
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
two.
With a hand signal. And you know what that means? 2 minutes and 2 seconds, which was the
Yeah.
standard commercial break time back then. I
Yeah.
did not know that
Yeah.
fact.
2 and 2.
Leave it to Chuck. He knows his stuff.
He knows his
he's,
stuff.
He's in the biz. Chuck hosted the Wheel of Fortune from 1975 to 1981.
Man.
And a show called Scrabble from 1984 to 1990. So that overlapped Love Connection.
I definitely remember the Scrabble show.
It was literally people playing Scrabble on a TV show?
Yeah, no, but it had like a board. It was a board. Yeah, it was a board. Like,
I mean, I like Scrabble. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd like to watch Scrabble.
He's the Rolls Royce of game show hosts.
Yeah. He also had a music career.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. He had a top 40 hit in 1968. He was part of a duo called Avant Garde, and their song was called Naturally Stoned.
What the shit is going on around here?
If we have time, let's listen to a few seconds of Naturally
We'll
Stoned.
see if we can find it.
Okay.
Holy smokes.
And then he also had some moderate success as a country singer after.
Of course he did.
Avant-garde. Yeah. The song, it is devoid of... There's not a lot of information that Conkey could dig up. It was composed by somebody named Larry Grossman, who's composed theater, TV, film, concerts, and cabaret. And his film scores included Pocahontas 2, The Great Mouse Detective, and Princess Diaries 2. So it's big on sequels, not on...
It's good work if you can get it.
But
he
he
also-
also detective, though. I mean.
Yeah, he also co-wrote Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy for the David Bowie, Bing Crosby song.
Okay.
Which,
Oh, wow.
that one, that was feather in his cap, I guess.
Yeah. That's...
Peace on earth.
It's no Princess Diaries 2, but... Yeah, that one. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay.
We were good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. In case anybody didn't remember
that
what
was Song Time with John and Ryan. Song Time.
Was that Song Time?
Rumpa-bum-bum. 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 Yeah.
Oh, man, this is good podcasting. Hello?
Thanks, Pete. I think that was good. I like that.
Yes. Thank you, Engineer Pete.
It was funny. Conkey tried to tap into Chat GTP to catch up with the times, and it told him that Merv Griffin wrote the theme song.
I like that you called it Chad GTP as well.
Mr. Chad BPT.
TJP Chat.
That's what Conkey calls him.
Conkey told so Chat GPT told Conkey that the theme song was written by Merv Griffin.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Conkey can't believe everything he finds on the internet.
These robot friends of ours.
True.
If you are new to the show and still listening, that's weird.
Hard to believe. Might also have gotten married on Love Connection with those odds.
Oh, hey, listener. If you were on Love Connection,
Yeah.
we would love to hear from you
Yes.
or have you as a guest. Let us know. We'll fly you into Wisconsin and meet with you.
Maybe.
Maybe not fly them in. You can drive. Take an Uber, and we'll have you over here in the basement to hang out.
Sure.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. No, we'll meet you at a safe place. Library.
At the bar? Yeah, we'll go to the bar.
We'll go to a bar. What were we even talking? Oh, yeah. If you're on the Love Connection, reach out to us.
Yeah.
But this is the time of the show where we listen to the theme song, and man, I'm excited. Game show themes are a bit brief, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we all need to purge a Little Drummer Boy out of our heads right now. So Ryan really needs some help.
So let's do this. Let's hear the introductory theme of
Funkerdunkery.
What season or year are we getting here?
This is 1988.
All right, so about 5 years in.
Yeah.
All right, well-oiled machine at this point.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Welcome to
yeah. Yep.
I don't know what sounds 80s game shows made, but that's it.
Correct.
It's weird keyboard.
Yep. You feel like you're sliding in somewhere.
It almost sounds a little muffled.
Yeah.
Joker's Wild may have had this.
Joker's Wild. Man, another great one. Wow.
Is this? Sorry, this is our first game show.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of 80s game shows.
A lot of good ones.
There's a lot of good ones, including Scrabble. So.
Right.
And we've got Johnny. Is that Johnny from Jeopardy?
Johnny from Jeopardy.
The announcer.
Announcer.
I know Rod Roddy did
from
have
Price is Right.
the job for a little bit.
It's a
Okay.
nice gig.
I don't know who is announcing on this particular episode.
It's like a merry-go-round. These game show hosts and the announcers, they just spin the wheel. You know, they just go around and around.
It's like key parties.
I don't know what that means.
Maybe we need to back it up because I want to hear what Johnny/Rod Roddy is about to tell us.
Welcome to Love Connection. where old-fashioned romance.
Do people introduce shows like that anymore?
If they were smart, they would.
Maybe, listener, if you could make us a game show styled version of our theme song.
Welcome to the Super 80s podcast.
I can't remember. Is that how you did start the show?
Wait, I think you're right. I think that is what our theme song is.
Well, that could be a project for me.
Yeah.
In the near future.
Yeah.
Christmas break or Thanksgiving break or some other free time.
Now, Ryan, do you have the lyrics pulled up?
I couldn't find them.
I believe so far we've got...
Welcome
to the Love Connection, where old-fashioned
romance.
I mean, I think we'll be able to figure out the lyrics. They're going to announce
Boys,
it's pretty clear.
What is old-fashioned romance?
Whatever Chuck Wollery says it is.
Like, is it parking? Is that what they did in the 50s?
Yeah.
Sure.
Geriatric listeners. Tell us.
Or is it the Frank Costanza, the pullback? The pullback.
If you are older than us, tell us about old-fashioned romance. What was it like?
Was it anything like what happened on Love Connection?
Heavy petting?
Picture cigarette smoking and
Yeah. Maybe listening to like the Ronells or the De Jours.
well, in 1988, it was probably more like, I don't know, listening to
Motley Crue.
Belinda Carlisle.
Ooh. I like that Belinda Carlisle.
But that wouldn't be old-fashioned romance.
No.
That would be
Well, true. Or maybe it is.
All right.
Let's
Welcome
just
to
keep
Love
this-
Connection,
keep
where
this rolling.
old-fashioned Is that what we last
Yeah.
heard?
Yeah.
Meets modern-day technology.
Whoa.
Modern-day technology.
Meets modern-day technology. Which modern-day 1988.
So this wasn't like internet dating on, what do the kids use? Tinder?
Yeah.
She ain't no Tinder.
What are some of the other online dating things that are probably already gone the way of the dinosaur? What were some of the big ones like 10 years ago? Weren't there some online dating?
Christian Mingle.
Yeah. It's where Ryan and I hung out. It's where Ryan and I met.
What was the big one?
Matt. What's it called?
I don't know.
Internet love friend?
Matchmaker.
Hold on, I gotta look.
Drunk in a college house party basement.
Let's go to the bar and
That's that. I don't know the website, John.
Hold on, internet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hold on,
Can I play the music while
No,
you do
internet
this?
dating.
please type in internet love and see what comes up.
Match.com or eHarmony.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Both of those
You've
I've
heard of those.
Sure.
Yeah.
They just were not on the top of our heads.
None of ours. Welcome to Love Connection.
Where old-fashioned romance meets modern technology.
Modern day or modern?
I think it was modern day technology.
Yeah,
There's a Tesla song called Modern Day Cowboy.
yes.
Here's a question. What do they mean by the modern day technology?
Video cameras,
The
sound stages, those clickers,
the clickers that the audience members have. Yeah.
All right, let's keep it coming.
Where you hear all the intimate...
Was that a
There's
fart or some other type of
there's
sound?
just
I can tell you there are some cartoon characters.
So we will
that are
when we do the watch.
zipping about. This is kind of like Heathcliff, where you're like, "What the fuck is that sound?"
I was just going to say that there's as many sound effects in this as there are.
That was
in
a
Heathcliff.
Cadillac jumping out of a dump and landing in a pond
This sounds
with
very familiar.
with some cartoon cats inside of it. That's what you just heard.
What was that one's name with the beret? God, that guy was a dick.
I already forgot.
Raff Hatch, Chap Chap, or something like that.
Raff Hatch.
Raffy.
Riff Raff.
Raff
Riff
Raff. It was Raff Ass.
The tune is catchy. It's so game show. Right? As far like
There's no tune there. What are you talking about?
I
didn't even hear it. I was just listening to the guy talk.
Yeah, let's
It's
just
all right.
ignore the lyrics and we'll just listen to the music this time.
Sure.
Action, where old-fashioned romance
yeah.
meets modern-day technology.
Now,
Where you hear
it is hard to listen to the music when you got all that going on, and all those sound effects, but you're right. God, do you remember when you used to put your arm in your armpit and make the fart sounds?
I could never do it.
Really?
Yeah, I knew people.
Your kids never got into that yet?
My kids haven't done that
Oh,
yet.
just wait.
Yeah.
Wait, did they go to the public schools?
Yeah.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah.
They'll be doing fart sounds in no time.
Maybe I should just introduce them to it.
Get them ahead of the class.
Yeah, there you go.
But I do feel like this sounds very everything about this theme song.
Yep.
If somebody went to whatever the guy's name was, the composer.
If you open
Larry
up your
Grossman.
Encyclopedia Britannica to 80s game show theme song, like this is what you're.
And I think I understand why Conky could not find a lot of information on the actual song itself. I don't know that there was a band that played this or if it was one guy with a Casio.
I'm picturing a guy in his basement who sort of looks like Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Totally.
With a big keyboard who got a phone call being like, we need a song in 3 days. Like, I got this.
Except maybe a beard down to his waist as well.
Yeah.
And maybe just in an old pair of underwear and nothing else.
Yeah.
Slamming Olympia or Michelob's.
You can't bring it here. We'll come pick it up.
We'll send DHL to pick that up for you. All right.
all the intimate details of a first date.
All the intimate details of a first date.
What are we thinking? Like, what happens on a first date in the 80s? Are you getting a little? Are you?
You watch the show,
Yeah, it's been.
and I feel like
It's been a
I mean they
minute.
had to have kept it. I mean the producers would have had to keep them from saying anything that would be
Too risque.
censored.
Right.
Well, this was probably played. This was probably a 9 to 10 p.m. slot. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Sounds about right.
So if you're making whoopee on the first date, you might be talking about it in a very like how
but
graphic.
your mother might watch.
This is true. Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know, your great aunt is going to watch.
grandmother say?
Yeah.
Totally. I don't know.
Aunt Shirley's going to be watching. So if you
Don't mention what happened in the backseat of your Dodge Laser.
Exactly.
a laser.
Well done.
Good call. I had a buddy with a Daytona.
I think it was the same car.
Yeah.
Sweet car. Brad, if you're listening, I remember your blue Daytona, and I loved it. What did he just say?
Yeah,
all the intimate details
of first date.
Yeah.
old-fashioned romance, intimate details.
Held the door, didn't hold the door.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ordered for
What do you-
me.
Yeah. Or yeah. What do you talk about? Where you went to dinner? Like,
We had nothing in common.
did he burp?
It was awkward.
Yeah.
He
Smelled
smoked, and when we started making out, it tasted like an old Marlboro. So did the night stop there? Well, actually, no. we had a few Bartles and James wine coolers, and
Went from there, Chuck.
it was me, him, and Conky in a Super 8 motel.
Now you know how you ended up in a
Conky.
dumpster.
Conky was the real star of that show.
Always is. Ask around the neighborhood.
Yep. Boy, oh boy.
That was a really nice musical interlude.
Boy, oh boy. I don't even know what to say about
That sounded
this.
like a video game.
Yeah, correct.
Ninja Gaiden? Was that what it was called? Ninja Gaiden?
I think that was a video game. I don't remember what the theme song to that sounded like.
Power Wings?
Don't know.
Power Wings.
Maybe I made that one up.
I don't know.
I'll Google it later.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The musical interlude, really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, does he have more to say?
I hope not.
If he doesn't, I'm going to ask you to roll a little bit just so we can hear a few seconds of Chuck if he's on here.
Yeah.
All right.
And now, here is our host, Chuck Wollery. All right, thank you, Johnny Gover.
That's Johnny from
That is
Jeopardy.
Johnny. Yep.
I watched a lot of Jeopardy in the late 90s to early 2000s.
Sure.
Ryan and I lived together for 2 years.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of Jeopardy.
Yeah. Still mustachioed.
3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Drink a cup of tea. Back then, I'd smoke a few cigs and watch Jeopardy.
Yeah. Johnny.
All right.
It's your Chuck.
Everybody, thank you. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you here. Good-looking audience here today. Let's get started by meeting our...
Heck of a good-looking audience here today.
I'm going to bring you all back to my yacht tonight. And
well, so
we'll have our own love connection.
Here's the one thing I've always wondered about Love Connection is how many of these women is Chuck actually banging?
You know, he probably got around a little bit.
He was married 4 times.
All right. Fourth time's a charm.
But like 8 to 10 years each. Like he had
Give her a good try.
a moderate run with
Give her a
each
good
one.
try.
Maybe he had a little love on the side. Maybe he had his own love connections
Well,
every week.
how many of the children born to Love Connection were Chuck Wollery's?
23andMe results really blew some minds.
Wait a minute. I've got 30 sisters and brothers. Let's hear a few more seconds of Chuck, and then we'll watch this thing.
First guest, she's originally from Brooklyn. She thinks that sporting events are a good place to meet men, but she claims that she's had even better success meeting men at the checkout lines at the supermarket.
Oh, of course.
I totally remember this show. And I love when you take a theme song and you alter it a little bit. That one got a little calypso reggae.
Yeah. Love. Yeah.
So you're taking the exact same melody.
Kind of the better version.
Yeah, actually it is.
And you can actually hear it because nobody's talking over it.
Can you imagine in the questionnaire for Love Connection putting down that you have success meeting men in supermarket checkout lines?
But yet
that's a lost art.
Yet you're still single. You're in a grocery store checkout line at least once a week, and yet you're still single. And you consider it a good place to meet men.
I was at the Piggly Wiggly and I ended up at a Super 8 with the guy and a robot from Pee-wee's Playoffs.
Things got crazy.
Things got conky. Crazy guy. Well, if you're new to the show and you're still listening, holy buckets.
Watch this thing.
We are going to watch what we just heard and find out what the farting sounds are all about. If Conky is ready for us, we'll do just that. I am take a drink of beer.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Conky's just getting that fired up.
So, before we even start, I definitely remember the logo.
Yeah.
That would be a cool tattoo.
Yeah.
Listeners, if any
I've
of
seen
you have
worse.
a Love Connection tattoo, please take a picture, post it online for us so that we can see, as long as it's not in your ass.
Then just send it to our Gmail. Send it to our Tinder account. Post it on our Christian Mingle profile.
Correct. That's the place.
But I definitely remember this logo. There's a blue heart, a pink heart, and a couple of arrows pointing at each other. We always talk about the opening theme, and I have a feeling these hearts are going to do more than just sit there.
I think we got a smooch coming.
Love it. Love
To
smooching.
Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern...
The guy heart.
He's getting a little frisky.
He's getting a real frisky.
Yeah.
The female heart is like, woo, and he's like, arrgh.
Yeah. He's getting a wee bit aggressive.
Yeah, he's I believe what we might call handsy.
modern-day technology,
Oh,
I see where those...
where you hear all the intimate details of a first date.
now there's another heart.
Yeah, he changed colors.
Is that a baseball in the oh?
Or is it a magnifying glass?
I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
I think it's just the shadow of the Love Connection behind.
This is some high quality animation for 1988.
Yeah, it is.
And the different color heart, I'm assuming, might be a different one because the first one didn't work out.
Well done. See, you're really...
That's why you're the engineer, Pete.
That's
Conky really
what
is
that degree
giving
was
you the
for.
info. There's the smooch.
Let's look at the set.
Yeah. Beautiful set, right? Beautiful set.
It is fantastic.
I think that's where I got my senior pictures taken.
I think in Wisconsin Dells there was a place called Xanadu House of the Future.
Oh,
and it looked like that.
I would redo my basement to look exactly like that right now and keep it forever. I like it that much.
I would love to make love to somebody on that couch.
Not your wife, somebody.
Oh man,
My wife. There is
Wow.
there's a big red couch and there's a purple couch, but they both are like
no. So it's a love seat. It's the red is a love seat. I think. It's
and
not-
the purple's a single seater.
yeah, I think that's where Chuck sits.
And they're both encased in like this plastic mold.
Correct.
And there's some hearts. Man,
They're built-ins.
we could,
Built-ins, yes.
you know, when we have our 50th episode party and we invite all of our listeners,
Yeah,
let's have it on a Love Connection set.
totally. Just like in Seinfeld. Speaking of Merv Griffin, when
So, listeners, episode 50, we're going to fly you all out to Wisconsin.
we're gonna get the Love Connection,
We're going to get
set.
the Love Connection set, and we're going to just have a good time.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned romance.
Old-fashioned
Modern day.
podcasting with modern technology.
That's right.
What a great
Chuck Wollery. All right. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert.
And there he comes from like out of nowhere.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. Nice
Wait a
to have
minute.
you. Good-looking audience here today. Let's get started by meeting our first guest.
There we go. That's a great. He looks like George Clooney. He's a good-looking
Totally.
man.
Yeah, he's definitely a good-looking fellow. Man, he
You didn't get that far by being ugly.
exactly.
Man. And he's wearing a gray suit, standard tie.
Yeah,
He looks tall.
He does look tall.
agree with that.
A hulking man. A beast of a man.
he's quite frankly like your prototypical game show host. Like he's a handsome-looking guy who's fairly charismatic, knows how to
Funny.
gab, right? Like he's the prototype.
Yeah.
Let's get a few more seconds. This is so short that we're just blasting through.
Yes, she's originally from Brooklyn. She thinks that sporting events are a good place to meet.
29 years old.
29. What?
It's weird when you see
29 in 1988
people that are
years.
29 that are wearing just the hair and the clothes date them that you're like, no, that person's 50.
Correct.
This is the gal who meets guys in at the Piggly Wiggly.
She said she preferred her. I think I just heard him say she thinks a good place to meet is sporting events.
Oh. So you go by yourself to a Brewers game?
Sure. Anywhere. Yeah.
You get the little plastic helmet with the ice cream in it?
Or the nachos.
Or the not?
Or if you're the lady that goes and just wears the bra to the cold weather events, that's a good way. That's a good
Way to meet the guys, probably, yeah.
It's not a bad plan. Let's get just a few
Meet
more
men, but she claims that she's had even better success meeting men at the checkout lines at the supermarket. Please welcome Linda Konopka.
Linda, if you are listening, let us know how it went.
God bless you. And I just cannot believe that they put these people's last names on there.
That is insane. That is a very good point.
And this
On a
is,
podcast where we won't even say our own last name.
this now lives in perpetuity on their internet.
That's a really good point.
Gosh. Wow.
Different times.
Yeah, right.
Different
You
times.
didn't have to worry about it.
Well, that was fascinating to see the introduction of a show that I saw, like I said earlier, at least 50 times, probably
Yeah.
more. If it was airing 5 days a week in that
Oh.
9 to 10 o'clock slot as like a 8th or 9th grader on a Tuesday night, you're not going to bed.
Right.
There's no internet.
Yeah, you're watching it at least once or twice a week, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Love Connection, it is that time of the show where we're going to vote. And listeners, if you are new, this theme song, and it's either going to get a thumbs up, which is an I'll be back, or a thumbs down, which is a You're in Big Trouble, Mister. Majority rules. If it gets 2 thumbs up, it goes on our wall of fame. If it gets 2 thumbs down, it goes on our wall of shame. Now that we have anonymous statistician, we can actually keep track of this stuff, which is really
Sure.
cool. And at some point on one of these episodes, when we don't have much to talk about, we'll dive deep into our anonymous statistician's stats and nerd out about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until then, it's voting time.
All right.
I think I'm well known as the softie,
Sure.
so I think I should go first.
Okay.
Because I'm a sucker for a poppy little tune, and I like it. I like Johnny from Jeopardy doing the voiceover. The few lines there are dumb but wonderful. So I'm giving this a thumbs up.
All right.
I'll be back.
Ryan, or
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go. That's fine. I almost feel like you almost need a separate category because the game show is such a unique animal. But regardless of that, I'm giving it a thumbs down. I mean, I think this thing sucks. It's
Big trouble, mister.
It's a great show,
I think this thing sucks.
but it sucks. It's terrible.
Well, I like that we have a little drama here. Let's milk this a little bit, guys. We've got a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Pete's in a very...
I loved it, but I hated it. Oh, how am I going to vote?
We're going to let you guys know next week on episode 25 of the Super 80s.
Dun dun.
Our first ever cliffhanger.
Just kidding. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't there was nothing that I really liked. I guess it fit like what, we discussed as being stereotypical of, the game show, but it didn't do anything for me at all.
You're in big trouble, mister.
Wow.
Sorry, Love Connection.
2 thumbs down means that Love Connection has earned a spot on our wall of shame.
Yeah.
Peace
on earth.
You can tell the guy wrote both of them.
Totally.
Listener, if you could do a mashup of the Love Connection theme and the David Bowie part of the Peace on Earth Little Drummer Boy Bing Crosby duet, we would love to hear that.
Everybody would love to hear that.
Yeah.
It'll be a hit.
Wow.
It'll get 4 Big Trouble Misters somehow from the 3 of us.
Yeah.
It took us 24 episodes to get to a game show, and damn it, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we were able to have one. We've got a bunch more in the hopper. Things like Let's Make a Deal, Tic-Tac-Doe.
Oh, I like that one too. Yeah, Tic-Tac-Toe.
Name That Tune, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy.
Sure.
There's a ton of them. But we are out of time. We're in our sweet spot, so we're going to wrap it up. Any other things to share before we sign off until next week, episode 25?
Something fun that, I don't know, I thought it was fun that popped in my head when I was getting this information downloaded to me was on the Beastie Boys album, Paul's Boutique, they rhymed tomfoolery with Chuck Wollery.
Oh,
Heck
nice.
yeah.
Well done.
Nice pull.
Which was, it doesn't really rhyme, but I like the effort.
They made it
Great
work.
album.
Great album.
Yep.
Well, that's really cool. On that note, we are looking forward to talking about more 80s theme songs next week. Until then, I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
And thank you so much for listening to the Super 80s Podcast Friend, where the towels are hers and hers and his.
You can depend on us. It's the Super 80s podcast.